Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
Way over first. Now they could try to wall and send their Pantheon in as well. But Peter's kind of just holding the door right now with Duck Dumb on the bottom side. Bulldog, will he look for this wall? Is really the question for me. Pyosik goes in by himself on a Duck Dumb. Nobody going for the follow-up. They get the Dragon. Pyosik still alone. And down will go Life. And down will go Pyosik. A very broken up engage here from DNF. Gets easily cleaned up by KT.
I just feel like
that, as you did highlight, Aux. We are going to have this Cloud Drake going down for free to KT.
Honestly, I feel like when you have these map tools, there's no trading. With how the objectives are kind of staggered, like KT are looking to take this Rift Herald, and then they have 2.5 minutes until Dragon. And then they have 2.5 minutes till Atacam. Then they have 2.5 minutes till Soul.
Well, that arrow's going to sail very wide as Life is just going to take that and go in with it. Peter with his ult up with the wall there. There's not much that KT can do to save him. The Equalizer is going to zone him for a while. Peter goes over it, but Life comes over the top, and Dudu picks up the kill. And this time, DNF able to capitalize.
This is good. This is what you want to do to stop this. But I think DNF, they're making a proactive move. This is what we wanted to see.
Yeah. This is an improvement. We'll take this, you know. BDD here on the Drake. They're not just going to let it go for free, but they have to be decisive. They can't get poked down and, you know, whittled down before the fight even really begins.
Look at BDD's angle here. This is scary. Life takes a big spear.
Let's see how this is going to go. It does look like DNF are kind of being hugged right now from multiple different angles. His Life is getting burst down, and BDD finds two on the backside. Another knockup, and they take down the one guy who was fed on the side of DNF. He goes down, and DNF are just not ready for this. They're falling like flies right now. It's a free 5-for-0 ace to the side of KT, and it was not close in that fight.
Just feels like they got corralled in there, you know. All 5 members of DNF were sitting on the Dragon. They didn't have any conscience without really making an impact. It felt like KT, it didn't even feel like they put in particular effort. It just felt, you know, it felt effortless. They just glided into that fight, hit all their skill shots.
Comprehensive engage there.
And should now just be able to pick up the Atacam. I feel like it's so low threat now, and they're so strong.
Okay, Life just going to try to tank it up here and try to get something going. Peter still with his ult and flash available. He's just looking for an angle to go in. He will be forced to use his ult pretty early on, though.
The Herald.
It's just a distraction tactic. Will it work? Yes, but not really. Okay, Pyosik's going in, and, well, he's just going to die. Life as well will just get rained down on by the Ash as he was trying to get out. And now it's 5v3. We got spears raining down here, and we have an engage cone as well. Bulldog gonna be taken out by Duck Dom, and one by one the dominoes fall. Berserker the last to fall, not the first time there. And KT are just rolling them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like KT would... One of the things I'm concerned about, everyone on KT apart from Peter has flash, so even if you find a target, I don't think they kill them.
Yeah, this is rough. The Drake is already pretty much gone, as Pyosik not even going to try to get in there. Now he's going to go in after the fact. The knockup comes in, and there is the body blocking with Peter just holding the front line. Again, they had to try something, but it's not going to look pretty at the end of the day. BDD goes over, catches both of them, as his Yone really is beautiful. Looks even better from this far ahead. And that'll be, it looks like, the third complete 5-for-0 ace. Clean ace that we are going to have in this game. Dudu does go down, and again, all 5 members of KT live.
Spinal Soul, and you add in the Atacam, there ain't no way. There ain't no way.
Yeah, well, there's going to be some more bullying here, as it's just 2 of them trying to take down Pyosik, as now Perfect's going to join. The shield saving Pyosik for a little bit, but the wallets are just this heavy. I mean, it's a 13,000 plus gold lead. And the arrow is going to connect as well. A duo, double kill rather, here for BDD. And now it looks like they'll take the Baron.
Yeah.
To try to check the Baron.
I wonder what we have for dinner today.
Yeah, I'm a little bit excited about that. I was trying to get some chicken sandwiches, but they ran out.
Oh.
That was very sad.
How did you handle that? Was that rough?
It was pretty rough, yeah. Not as rough as this, which...
You know what?
I mean, even the KT fans aren't clapping anymore.
I think impacted them.
Yeah, the thing is, the place I wanted to get it from is a bakery, so I think, you know, they open pretty early. I might have to come early to the LCK one day.
Maybe DNF and Struggle all split. They've been trying to get chicken sandwiches, and that's why
they just can't.
losing because they haven't got them.
Yeah. Maybe we need to move up the LCK time just a bit earlier. Okay, BDD, you didn't have to do that.
Maybe that's it. DNF are just warning people, you know?
Yeah.
And they're struggling in all the LCKs in the evening, so they're struggling a little bit.
Yeah, at this point, I will believe anything. As the Nexus will eventually fall and game 1 will end soon, I hope. Unless KT do want to take them all out first. Peter will live, and his 22 in Bard.
Leona, yeah.
Will taste T1. Nope, it's going to be the Leona.
Yeah, I think really solid base potential between Jin and
need to fight it.
It's okay, just let it go. Remember what happened last time? That wasn't good. Don't do it again.
Obviously, you know, you can conclude from that fighting for dragons is bad, and so they shouldn't do it.
Leon by experience.
No. Flash on in, and now we got Peter coming up, and Bulldog is in a bunch of trouble. They don't quite have the damage, but one kick might do it. Yes, they do have the damage. Peter takes the kill, and there you don't have to be too tentative. It's still the LCK.
Yeah, but I'm just waiting for the moment where, oh, here it is.
Okay, here it is. The flash over the wall, and Life is in a lot of trouble. Gets engaged on, spinning on both of them. Berserker hits the plant, and it's not enough to get him out here. The Impale comes through, just desperation, as the Chaos Storm might be able to take out Cuz, but he just dashes over to the Grubs here, and he will survive. That's already 3 kills over to KT in this game, and it's going to be a 4th. Pyosik trying to get through the wall, but he's not going to get away from the Jin. And there you go, KT take another big fight.
It just works every time you say, I think it's going to be a slow game. Immediately, something happens.
Yeah.
It just walk away.
Yeah, I mean, his team is taking the Drake, so...
Yeah, he's kind of like, hey, I don't need to do anything here. And he'll just recall.
Just live.
Just find someone and kill them. That's all you need to do.
Well, maybe an opportunity here. This is Leona, but Peter is extremely deep. He's really testing himself in this game as he takes a giant Q3, and he's still going to get away, and he goes back in! He's like, no, I was never in any danger. Baits DNF and gets KT another kill. And now we got Bulldog in a rough spot here. He's going to land his stun down, but yeah, it's not a great gank from Yorick, of all champs.
You know what? Now at least a solidarity. Everyone in DNF has the same scoreline, so at least that's something. Not if you build this way, you know, maybe a bit of favor of battle, you know, back in the day. Pyosik is trying to... Is it a perfect game if he steals enemy blue buff?
No.
We don't have to worry about that, because he didn't.
Yeah, he did not. There is a dragon up for the taking.
Yeah, he ain't taking that.
Well, you know, they got the push and bot. You got Bulldog moving into the river. Pyosik's around.
Flash. If they got Flash, maybe there's something. But even then, I don't think they can fight the Dragon without the tools that they end up burning. The Varus and the Nautilus are very high value.
At the very least.
It's gone. It's gone. Yeah. It's very gone.
3 Grubs. You got the Maiden. Yorick exists. Hook onto Leona. They're going to go in onto Dudu, actually, who does have to flash away. Perfect in a bit of trouble. Cuz just going to dodge that one as the clone gets hit by it, but that's not the right target. And down will go Berserker as well, just being shot from a mile away. And, well, it's not a clean ace this time. We did have 3 clean aces in game 1, so I guess, well, did I speak too soon? Yeah, I spoke too soon. Sorry, guys. That's going to be a clean ace going the way of KT Rolster. I really didn't want KT to do it to them, but in fact, they just had to go and do it to them.
And I do have some important information that I've been provided with. 6 supports are known to have recorded pentakills. All 6 as Pyke. Bunny in the LDL 2024 Split 1, and Rexat in the NLC 2025 promotion. Those are all the support pentakills.
All right.
And again, Pyke is the champion that unlocks this.
He's trying to TP away. They're going to try to deny the perfect game from Perfect himself. Oh! They won't be able to do it. They take down Perfect, and they deny the perfect game. And BDE comes over just to die. And yes, well, he did get Berserker.
And they get a turret as well.
But it's good for DNF.
Yep, they are now only 7,000 gold behind. Oh,
thank you for that tidbit of optimism.
They lost the turret. Okay, 7.5
base instead. And Cuz might steal it as well.
Look,
I mean, I guess you got to take what you can get. It's just mid inhibitor for now. Let's see how it does work. Cuz gonna be spotted here, but he's in and he's gonna steal it away. Of course he does. It's Cuz. You can't deny that. And they all got over in time to fight for this one. Berserker getting pretty low, and he will be taken out here. Cuz going very deep. It's not a perfect game anymore, so he's not worried about his KDA. And, you know, Duck Tom got a bit low there. Nearly died to Dudu. Meanwhile, Perfect's not even here. He doesn't have TP. He's pushing mid. He's ending the game. And it's a fantastic steal. BDD and Peter trying to get this done here against Dudu and Bulldog.
Oh, BDD?
Duck Dom also getting in the mix as Perfect. Yes, he is ending the game for you guys who couldn't see the minimap.
This is a Yorick fantasy right now. I'm gonna be real.
He's going to end the game. The fans go wild. And KT will get the 2-0 tonight.
It's not a perfect game.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
From the rest, but now Delight.
Just going for a little walk in the river, and he's going to get Ambessa ulted. Delight in a ton of trouble. And you see his team is trying to help him out. They want to get that kill on a Kroko, but the sweep comes in and denies it. First blood given over to Morgan. And now a wall to come down. Morgan does have flash, and they're going to throw in the sun. The knockback does come in. Can Morgan get out of this is the question. And no, he cannot. Nearly trades back on a Peanut, who does survive.
I think he could have just flashed, if I'm being honest, in that situation. Any scenario where you're waiting that long and there's clear follow-up, you're just going to die if you don't. So holds a flash, does end up going down.
Taliyah Pantheon, pretty good.
Yeah, pretty effective when you use that combo together.
And speaking of which, this is Taliyah Renata. Again, that's a turret shot, and Closer just going to die even before Peanut can join in. And Zeka just looked so tasty for Closer. Bro, they got 2 grubs, and now they've come down here to try to fight for the dragon. Instead of finishing off the grubs, it looks like. A lot of sticks in this one, not going to be an easy steal, and now Krako's going to get clawed for it, as now the combo comes in, and the Trundle, quite tanky, but not tanky enough. The Chains of Corruption, though, going to get Peanut down. Bailout comes out, as he does have to fight. A lot of damage going in. Hostile takeover is huge on everyone on the side of Bro, is now flashing in his height for something, and he's going to get the kill, actually. But still, it is traded back to Zeka, who is on the chase now. Oh, the root was sick, but not going to matter, as Zeka just picks up his 3rd kill of the contest.
Skirmishing power of this Kalista Renata
is quite a lot for us. And now, I mean, in the 1v1, he seems to be doing pretty well at least, and he is quite tanky. In goes Morgan with the ult, but he just gets stunned. There's not really much you can do against that and a bunch of needles flying in your face.
Okay, so I did just want to check, right? Looking at Emerald Plus on Gwen on this patch. 133 times is what of age has been built first. Presumably some of those was theirs.
Presumably. Oh, he actually, he got the real one. Palu's in a bit of trouble here. He's going to get the knockup, but the hostile takeover comes down, and one Rend would do it. They're not even going for him anymore, looking for Hype here. As the ball comes in, Hype doesn't have flash. He is dead as well. Just 2 kills basically out of thin air for Homolife Esports.
It's one of the problems, you know, the Nico I feel like mid matchup, which is already very, very good for the Taliyah playing into the Azir.
Definitely is trying to make a play up here on the top lane. Zeus does not have his flash anymore, and both these champs can get inside the mist, but still, Zeus, he's going to get ulted down, but do they have the damage under the turret? Yes, they absolutely do. And they're going to shut down the streak that the 0-0 Gwen had. A little bit of extra money over to Morgan. Now Zeka is just going to get clobbered down by Kraka, but in comes the Pantheon. Auto would have done it! Zeka, he's burning, but he's living.
That's so sad.
Taliyah Pantheon, they work so well together.
Yeah. Although I think a lot of mid laners would just appreciate having a Pantheon to fly in when the enemy Trundle's trying to solo kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've seen... Look, this game is not going well for Bro. I don't think it's the Trundle's fault. I think we've seen some of the value of the Trundle.
Yeah. I think it's fine so far.
Yeah. Bro in...
No.
I tend to say they're in an okay position.
I'm not so sure about that Zeka, though. That's a very interesting spot for him. He doesn't have his flash, and he's just rooted, and he's taken down. As I immediately caster curse him. He didn't even have a chance to flash. I think he was like 5 seconds away, too, but that's a big shutdown given over essentially for free.
Yeah, big shot.
Yeah.
So just not deep enough. That is the
That's
thing.
rough.
Is the pretense of having cleared vision can be really, really negative. Like if you think you've swept the vision and there's a ward hidden there, that's worse than not having swept.
I mean, Krako's here. If Morgan lives for long enough, he's going to go in and he's going to Ambessa all over them, dashing and turning and twirling. Peanut getting very low, and Peanut is going to finish him off with the execute. Here comes Palu trying to take down the Gwen, and he will be able to. Krako with that subjugate ticking, just doing enough to trade it back.
Yeah, they focused Morgan down. It was doing a fair bit of damage, but ultimately the execution from Peanut there from the Pantheon. But this Rod of Ages, Gwen, it exists. Oh, Krako.
Yes. Krako has the TP coming through.
Good pillar.
Closer, stopping that dash right at the right time. Meanwhile, Hype in a lot of trouble, has to flash away. Palu is here. He doesn't have mana or result, so he doesn't really exist. That's a nice summoner takeaway by HLE.
And it gives them the ability to move into the river, clear out some vision. HLE trying to approach. Both Delight and Peanut are pretty squishy.
TP comes in, Krako trying to dodge everything. Instead, he's just getting corralled up against the wall. Now the TP comes over from their side as Palu gets an ult off and doesn't do much. And Zeus is on the flank, doing a ton of damage with the needles, but he's just getting focused down. And Bro, they peel back, they take out the Gwen. A lot of low health bars here, though, on the side of Bro. Will they try to re-engage on this one? Not so sure. It looks like they just want to take down the mid tier 1 instead.
Yeah, health bar's low, don't want to really risk it, approaching into the Talia. And we do see the feats of strength secured by HLE there. It's pretty close. Top lane. This is really bad.
Free Otacon
from Bro. This is... See, this is what's frustrating. It's the last fight, genuinely, I think Bro played it well. And I was like, hey, they really have a chance of doing it. And then they open on the map. Your Azir has TP, why is closing on top lane? Lane assignment so important. This is the difference, you know. Like, Bro, genuinely, that last fight, they had some good moments. The Weaver's Wall, I think, really shut down the follow-up of Apollo's engage.
Well, Hype in a bit of trouble now. He has the Edge of Night, and he no longer does. Now he will go to Zeus' Gwen, and the chase is on for even more. And Krako will get away himself. But now Peanut just walking in between turrets, literally chasing Krako through the jungle past turrets.
I mean, the thing is now, Zeus got his level up from the Rod of Ages, got a ton of extra experience from the Otacon. He's level 15. He is so hard to deal with at this point. And it looks like the Rod of Ages Gwen has come to...
Peanut coming up to the top side. They are going to look to take down this turret. And if anyone really comes up to them and they're alone, you can see closer he has to respect some.
Surely you would have played Rod of Ages Gwen before Rod of Ages on here.
Yeah. Well, we got needles coming out once again. Morgan gonna ult the opposite way. And now the finality of the needles coming through, and Morgan in a lot of trouble, has to flash away. Now Zeus has to flash out of this one, and will the arrow hit is the question. No, it is a dodge, but he has to get in melee range, and Hype will pick up the kill. So they take out Zeus, who is now 1-4.
Can't dodge auto attacks. And Hype, well, no, Gwen horrible to play into. Cloud sold Gwen extra horrible to play into.
Yeah.
So that's secured. And it's feeling a little... It's like that thing where it's not that far apart, so it doesn't seem unrealistic from a odds percentage.
Do you have the Hex Drinker here for Morgan? Let's see if that helps him out. Void Staff finish for Zeka as they see Zeka going into the brush. Now we got a pillar coming down here as well. I mean, pretty hard to lock down a Talia at this point, as now in goes Peanut. Krako is zooming away. Even a wall to come down. Palu just trying to zone them away desperately. The hostile takeover keeps them around. Peanut going very deep for this one, but it will be absolutely worth it. And Viper hopping around like a crazy man. He is going to take out the Trundle, and Morgan gets here late. It's just a disaster for Bro. It's not like Esports. You're not getting away from this Gwen. The Cloud Soul Gwen.
So fast.
Chasing him down. And they're just going to do the Baron instead.
Yeah, well, that signifies kind of the end of the hopes for Bro. Or maybe that does.
Or I think that does, yeah.
Yeah, well...
Viper Cleanse, though?
Yes. With.
Yeah. Well, that's a Baron over to HLE.
I will say, if you look across HLE, a lot more tier 3 boots picked up than we've typically seen. Everyone apart from Zeus has those.
They're cheaper.
More affordable.
In this economy?
Yeah.
After he popped his ult, obviously with that speed boost. And HLE with the Baron now. Closer.
Oh, that is a direction.
Okay. Oh, actually, it's pretty good. It was all a bait all along. I feel like this whole game is a bait at this point. Peanut also gonna go down to his GA. You got a turret here. HLE, they still want to fight. Morgan getting pretty low, but I think he's got the damage. Now Zeus elects to go in himself. And here comes Viper. He wasn't even a part of this fight. He was doing the wolves. What is happening in this game?
Chaos. Absolute chaos. Bro, you got a couple of kills. Be happy with that.
Viper's going in. Viper's angry.
I feel like they could win 3v5. And I think Bro know that.
So incredibly fed. And he is. I mean, he's got a 700 gold bounty, so he kind of just gets to do whatever he wants. Hype, he can't run away fast enough. Like, the ult is used, and he's just sprinting at him. He can't get away. Krocko caught in the jungle, too. And Closer here, just an extra sacrifice. Of course, they're going to dive the turret. It's HLE. They don't have any breaks on this tank. And down the mid lane, they will go, and they will end game 1 in their favor.
It's only Polu left. 1v5. Nico play.
All right.
Incoming.
Go for the ult. Go for the ult. He doesn't have rocket belt. Oh, the fake. No, he's just going to conserve his KDA.
Bait them into diving you. Bait them into diving you. Look, juicy.
Yeah, no, he's sitting way too back. Okay, flash forward. Up, up, up. No, it's not going to happen. Down goes the Nexus, and Delight. I feel like the Bard could have been good too, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Bard into MF.
Yeah, exactly.
Is pretty decent, but
even the Braum is like, yes, he can jump
to the Nidalee. Then you need to deny it and give it to your jungler. And like, it's a strong pick. We've seen it have success in the jungle as well. So I think the theory is there.
Morgan.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here. He's going to be run down. There's first blood, just straight up. And he was trying to push in the wave. Unfortunately, he should have known that he was in kill pressure.
Yeah, the execute for the Nidalee on her Cougar form Q, very threatening. And the thing is, look, this is not a fun lane for Yorick. This is not a lane you're going to win. You are going to get pressured throughout, but you should not be getting solo killed at level 4. It's going to be blunt.
Yeah. Not something that should happen. Meanwhile, we do have a very sneaky, okay, Flash coming in. Zeka actually goes down. And Closer, down his Flash. He's got a blast plant, though. And he's going to actually
he's out.
Out of
he's
this one.
Out.
The disengage cone saves another one.
So well played there by Closer. And Zeka's struggling in this lane matchup. You know, typically, Yone is one of those champions where you get low in lane, but you're never in kill threat because you have second wind, because you have Doran shield, but he ends up going down. And yes, he puts the ghoulie wall down and he just jumps over it. And then he just hits a spear, and then the Q just does that. Just
yeah. Italy in this case does not have smite.
Yeah, and also doesn't quite do enough execute damage to out-damage the smite.
Closer, still pressuring. Zeka spawning now. Viper heading forward. Palu's taking a beating in this one, as we did expect. The root comes down, and Palu, one auto will get him, and that is it. Viper and Delight put 2 and 2 together. Now Hype, though, looking for the kill. Flash forward. There it is. Collects it. That's going to feel pretty good for Hype. Who's level 6.
Well,
and he's going to ult into Delight. That was never really going to kill him. Not sure about that one. Delight's still holding on a Flash as well. Fight here over the Grubs, but Life know that they just lost that mid fight, so just going to back away from that. Uh-oh. Delight going in. Hype in a lot of trouble. He will be rooted down, and with Flash and heal, they should have enough damage, and there you go.
Hina takes it, though. I think they definitely wanted to give it over to Zeka, who needs an injection. Okay, that's a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit.
Looking to have a potential fight here. Zeus has no TP. Now that is Morgan. Yeah, in a 4v4, I think Bro feel pretty good about this.
Yeah, especially with the aggro from the Drake. Going on a Pita, he's already taken a bunch of damage. And Bro just going to go into the pit. Krocko and Closers. It's going to come down to a fight. Peanut going to totally whiff on that one, and now I think they just got to try to look for the smite steal or go away, as it is going to go the way of Nefarium. Peanut just gets charmed. Heal comes through. Closer and Krocko going in. They do collect the one, but they're in a really bad spot. As down will go Closer. That's a shutdown over to Viper. And Krocko as well will be put into the pockets of Viper.
I actually think the setup for that play from Bro, it's a little uncomfortable because the MF with Bloodthirster can just kind of out-heal your poke and even to some extent face tank you and heal off the wave. But Hype doesn't have a Bloodthirster yet. The acceleration from those kills means the Viper has his Triforce and he's just putting pressure down.
So Zeka dashed in when Nefiri's here. He's going to ult. It does get hit by the Nefiri. And Zeka now going to get flashed on. Down he goes. The ult comes through. And Krako goes in on to Peanut. Doesn't really have any chance of beating this one.
A lot of damage though. That tanky Sejuani and a great angle to the side lanes. If Bro is setting the pace of the game and they're forcing these 5v5s, HLE are going to feel terrible. And now Herald goes down mid, will pick up the mid-tier 1. This is a great look for Bro.
Yeah.
Degon is probably so enthusiastic right now.
For a good reason. They just gotta solidify their... Look at him! He's so happy! We get the ult into the Braum, who is getting speared in the side by the Nidalee, though. And in goes Zione, and that'll be Zeka finally doing something. We get to zoom in onto Degon as it's all happening, and everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart. It's still a 4v5, and Closer's got his ult. He's gonna do a bit of damage here to Zeka, who just ults away. Meanwhile, Zeus going in behind. He's going so deep for that. Takes out the AD carry. And Zeus says, I am the real AD carry in this game, buddy. And just taking their Yorick for a walk is the karma. Do they have the damage? Viper trying. But they certainly have the poke, they have the healing, they have the sustain, and they will look for this dragon.
Struggles of Rofan right there. Honestly, hard for me to focus on the fight when I was judging off the live Degon reaction. TP's coming in. HLE could end up in some trouble here.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Krako, ult's available, trying to go in, but instead they're going to catch Closer Force. The flashback, Paulo as well, trying to hold the door. Morgan coming on in, and Zeka in a lot of trouble, but he gets the knockup. The slow comes in, and finally he gets bonked on the head. Something goes right, and in goes Krako. Goes untargetable. They get a double kill for Morgan, who did 6k damage in this fight. Oh, and the disengage. Oh, the triple! Morgan! Nobody can stop him. Quadra! Morgan going insane beast mode in this game.
We didn't have faith, but the Bros did, and Morgan's Yorick stomping on HLE with the Quadra kill. Well deserved as well, doing so much work in that fight, and I guess ends up... Getting to see the replay there. The damage, the burst on that Q, by the way, is so high.
He just keeps saying, keep going, keep going.
Even the escape cone can't stop him. Puts the Nidalee... No, that's cathartic. Puts the Nidalee in the cage, and she does stay there. Look at the little hot dogs.
Yeah. The hot dogs go in, they go out. You can't explain that. They just don't die to Israel. They're not going to be able to do much about this. I wanted to say Rakan. Otacon. In this one.
Well, it's a good pick up for HLE. Find a window to start that one, and Bro are not ready to respond. But yeah, this is the problem when all your eggs are in the Viper basket. You have the ghouls, you have the hot dogs. It's just, it's hard to get the same value from skill shot champions, and Ezreal is the skill shot AD carry.
Yeah. You know, I like hot dogs as a New Yorker, but where's the hamburger skin? As the NA representative on this desk.
I feel like there need to be a different champion that's a hamburger skin and you play them together.
Yeah. If there was like a crab champion, like can Skarner get a hamburger?
Oh, you know what they should do? They should do that buff we're talking about, where the ghouls can proc Braum passive, and then you could have the kebab Braum skin.
There you go. Okay.
No?
I'm down with that. Closer. Getting everything in the kitchen sink being thrown at this guy, and finally he's taken out. Not by his own fault. I mean, he just couldn't get away after dodging almost everything.
Only so much you can do. Zeus losing in the side lane pretty hard right now. Crocker trying to clear the wave. Polo is here. Viper still a threat. He's on a big item spike at the moment. Man, there's minions, there's hot dogs, there's a Braum. There's just...
You know, Delate can actually take the dog for a walk, because there's a dog into the MF BT shield. Who just immediately gets the health back.
All right, it's not feeling so good, but he'll try. You know, if anyone can do it, it's Viper.
We'll see the angle here. The charm comes through on Azeka already. Peanut trying to get in, but not exactly. Okay, he's walking up, actually. TP comes in from Zeus, but he's just 80 Nidalee. Is he able to do anything in this one? He's doing a bit of damage, I guess, but Peanut can't get in. They just want to abandon ship, and Zeus has to flash out of this. Meanwhile, Viper thinking about it. He's getting up in their face. He's already playing against that wall very well. And he will arcane shift over, though. Here comes the ult, but immediately Michaelis is used. And that's Infernal Soul points given over to Bro. Krako goes in. This fight is still going. They want to take out Closer on the bottom side, and that is the first pick to Hama Life Esports. Bro, you've got the objective. Why not just run away? The flash leaves Palu in a desperate situation. Oh! And he'll have to flash as well. Viper's really trying to solo carry this game.
Trying to find Hype there does force both summoners. Flash traded for the flash of Hype as well. And HLE finding some angles. Ult comes through. It's not going to connect. Hype has to move away though.
I mean, it is this Edgewani, but still. 2.5 items already on Krako, level 14, same as the solo laners. And he is very accelerated, so you get a fight where Neferi's running around and nobody can really deal with her. It's going to be a big issue, not to mention the rest of the team. As we're just ulting in on a Morgan who is doing the red buff. I guess he's just dead here. A big shield does come through with the Sterix, but there's just no out for him. He doesn't have flash. It's just a free kill. And bro, I mean, you're in a position to win this game. People are getting caught out. Gotta cut off the mistakes and you can actually do this.
Viper plays with so much confidence. Krako's looking at an angle, but till Morgan's back up, don't really see any opportunity. And even if
I don't know. Killing over to Peanut. He got a big shutdown. Catches up. A little bit of a ult here to try to save the turret. It's not going to work. You see that huge chunk of damage that comes out of them onto the turret.
Bro don't have like Braum can't just run at an Ezreal.
Engage Braum though.
Yeah. Now Dragon is up and available
for a reason.
HLE have full control of the area. Zeus is pushing inside, but it's not really relevant.
Oh, Zeka.
Oh, if Hype had ult.
Ooh.
If Hype had ult, that could have
used it on the wave.
Been a kill.
CP is okay. He's fine. Charm, if it was timed correctly, would have just maybe killed Zeus.
Viper playing so aggressive here.
I mean, he got his own Krako out of the pit. Otherwise, this is just going to be a straight-up flip. And really, that comes down to Viper's poke. Maybe Zeka can get on top of him. Or maybe it's just a straight-up flip. The ult comes in, and the ult goes in from Zeka. He catches them in the backside of that one. And he goes Zeus, just catching everyone with their pants down. They have nowhere to go and nowhere to hide from this Cougar. Zeus gets the triple kill. Meanwhile, Morgan's all alone on the bottom side. And it just doesn't matter. Nothing he can do. And HLE got the dragon, of course. Well, that was the fight that broke the Bros back.
Someone didn't pay their bro tax. And HLE come through strong. A massive ult from Zeka to clutch that one out. Zeus there with the cleanup. And in the end, it is going to be a 2-0 for HLE. The streak continues for another series.
It really will. And Zeka, he got bullied the entire game. Catches Closer a couple of times in mid-game, and then one big ult at the end. They stack up for it, and yeah, Hype, there's nowhere for you to run. Krako does eventually do some damage there at the end, but he's not going to feel good about that one, as Viper is dancing in front of their Nexus and takes it down for the 50 gold.